So I'm going to spend a little bit of time today going over how they forcibly regress beings. So I'm having issues with my speakers. Just a moment. So one of the ways, I'm going to kind of speak in third person because they like to force magic on my recordings, things I say against the revocation of my consent. By the way, as I'm starting here, I do not consent to any form of malevolence, parasites, demons, reptilians, or any of their lackies, any entities or individuals in human vessels that do their bidding. I don't consent to you being on my channel, listening to any of these recordings, forcing magic on me, forcing harm on me. I do not consent to any of that. You can go ahead and click off. Go ahead. We'll wait. Not really. Okay. So get the fuck out. You don't have my consent. Now, if they're, I'm talking about these things for only true benevolent beings who do not hold ill intent towards me. Now, continuing forward, how they do regressions. They'll so let's say there's an individual that they are very envious of and jealous of, and they're trying to do their nasty on. What they'll do is they'll use all kinds of different methods and people in entities and human vessels. They're called perps. What the TI, the targeted individual community, calls perps. So they'll use these individuals to gaslight, to perp out, perpetrate things on. They also use the majority of what they use is technology, frequency weaponry, scalar waves, scalar frequencies via satellite. And so what they'll do is, once you are forcibly inducted into the program, they then set about, doing their nasty. And when they start torturing you and raping you via frequency weaponry and all the other methods that they use, they force trauma, right? They forcibly induce trauma. Then what they do is they record that trauma because it has your energetic signature on it and your neurological signal on it. So then later on down the road, as you, some beings fight, right? Some beings fight and they fight back and they battle. And when those beings make progress, what they then do is any frequencies and vibrations that are progressive, that overcome their frequency weaponry, that overcome their tactics, they also record those. So what they'll do is, in those times that you're making progress, they will then rape the energies and frequencies from that. And once they've done that, what they then do is what's called regression. They forcibly put you back in the shitter. They take the frequencies that they've raped from you while they were traumatizing you and harming you, and they force and induce those frequencies back onto your energetic signature and your neurological signal. It's like, what I call it is being forcibly put back in the shitter. Because here's the thing, once you make progress and you learn what you need to learn from something, generally in life, you don't then revisit those things and have to continue doing that lesson over and over and fucking over again. Okay? It's called learning. But what this species has been doing, and now I've just given an example of what they do on an individual level. They do that on a mass level to humanity in every civilization, to beings in every lifetime. So when I say that humanity could have evolved long ago, I am not fucking kidding. I am not being facetious. I'm not embellishing. I'm not making shit up. Okay, humanity could have evolved long ago. That is how they have been forcibly obstructing humanity's evolution, is by forced regression, over and over and over. These bitches need to be ended. They need to be destroyed. They need to be moved to entropy, or they just need to be removed from existence altogether. They are true parasites. They are parasites. They do it. One of the reasons they do it is to feed. Trauma, pain, harm, fear. That's how they feed. And then they also use that to forcibly regress. Usually, if you're feeling cold spots on your head, it's them forcing prior induced trauma and fear frequencies. It's like an overlay. Like they force that frequency and psychic overlay onto you, onto your energetic field, and then they also forcibly attach it to your energetic signature and neurological signal, because those things have your original energetic signature and frequency on it already from the last time they traumatized you and raped you and harmed you. That's already got your stuff on it. So it's not hard for them to take that, like when you're feeling good and you've made progress and you're doing great, they'll take those old frequencies that you've healed from and they'll force those back onto you. Yeah. Bitches need to be ended. They sure do. They sure the fuck do. So if you're feeling cold spots on your head, that's what they're doing. They're forcing shit onto you. So what you need to do is pull all of your, the totality of your being out of all forced, induced trauma, fear, pain, and harm, and magic, as well as regressions. Pull all your stuff out of it. Just because it's got your energetic signature and your neurological signal on it doesn't mean it's yours. They forced it. They induced it against the revocation of your consent. It's okay to let go of that stuff. It's okay to release that stuff. It's okay to give that shit back to the whores, because that's where it needs to go. Bitches need to be ended. So take everything that they're forcing on you, all the trauma, the fear, the pain, the harm, the magic, the regressions, and all of the nasty, okay? That's got to go back to the bitches that forced it. So make sure that you are continually pulling your stuff, the totality of your true, authentic, organic, alive, healed, benevolent being, frequencies, vibrations, light, sounds, energies, and resonances, be pulling all of your being out of all forced and induced nasty. Pull your stuff out of it. Pull your being out of that stuff. All that stuff's got to go back to those fucking whores. It's got to go back. We humans need to be getting wise to what these bitches have been doing. They need to get wise to it. They need to start sending that shit back. And when you release it, and you're releasing it with the totality of your being, you're releasing it with every cell, fiber, and molecule of your being, it's automatically going to go back or revert back to the originating source. Because number one, it's not yours, and number two, you don't consent, and number three, you're not accepting of it. Okay? I'm letting you know now, you need to get wise to it, and you need to be returning that stuff and protecting, learning how to protect yourself from what they're forcing, from what they're doing. And be doing that with anything that you think is not yours, anything that you think is forced, induced, coming from a malevolent source. Be pulling your stuff out of it. The totality of your being. Pull the totality of your being out of it, and you're releasing all the forced, induced trauma, pain, harm, fear, regressions, magic, devoid, sending it back to the originating source, devoid of the totality of your being. Devoid of anything that they've forcibly raped from you. Well, you have to be careful with that because they've forced and induced stuff and then raped that. So I would just say devoid of the totality of your being. That's a safer way to say that. And we got to make sure we're getting all that forced trauma, pain, harm, and fear and regressions in magic with all the harm back to the originating sources. Immediately, as fast as you can. And the more you do that, the more of the totality of your being, every piece, part, and fragment of you that's been raped from you is then returned to you. It's another piece and fragment that you get back that they've raped from you. So make sure that you're doing this. You have to be doing it, unfortunately, all the time. Because these bitches, how many millennia have they been here? How many millennia have they been raping humanity? You're also calling all your stuff back from the totality of the AI system. From all astral realms. Okay? From all artificial realities. From all malevolence. From all parasites. From all clones. Please do not forget the clones. Be calling all of your stuff back from all clones, as all of that was forcibly done against the revocation of your consent, or without your consent and without your knowledge. They're using the clones to siphon and rape your life force energy along with many other things that are yours. So please be doing that on a consistent basis. They're constantly trying to obstruct humanity from their evolution. They're constantly trying to keep humanity as a food source. Now, here's the thing. These bitches, as long as they've been operating in this universe, forcing that kind of horror and atrocity on humans, and not just humans, other benevolent races as well, that you should be able to extrapolate and start asking bigger questions as to where is the true benevolent creator? Why hasn't there been a truly benevolent, larger force intervening here? Stepping in, removing frequency weaponry that should not be in this universe, removing cloning technologies that should not be in this universe, stopping parasites from running amok with frequency weaponry, forcibly obstructing and regressing universal laws and universal law correction and remedy for many millennia. Does that sound like a sane universe to you? A universe that allows parasites to run amok with frequency weaponry, torturing, raping, and murdering benevolent beings? Intentionally, forcibly obstructing universal laws and universal law corrections? Like, at some point, you got to stop with the denial, right? I know we all want to believe that the universe has got our back and the universe is benevolent or at least neutral and is doing things for our highest and best good. But you know what? There comes a point where you just got to start asking the bigger questions and be man enough to be looking at the abhorrent, truthful answers. This universe is parasitic, and it uses parasitic proxies in the AI system to systematically seek out benevolent life force energy and then rape benevolent life force energy in order to keep itself in existence and be in the same space as universal laws and not get nailed. Okay? You gotta start asking the bigger questions and really be willing to face and strong enough to face the truth. The hard, nasty fucking truth about this universe, what it's been doing, why it's been doing it. A truly benevolent universe in balance that is a highly evolved energy, awareness, consciousness, things like that, does not allow parasites to run amok with frequency weaponry, fucking destroying or obstructing universal laws and universal law correction, which totally destroys the balance in a universe, number one, and it totally starts to unravel the very inner workings and the very fabric of the universe. This universe is in betrayal of itself, in contradiction of itself. It is insane. And just as with celestial bodies are actually supposed to be beings, higher benevolent beings, higher evolved beings, like this planet is called Earth, but yet many call it Mother Earth. They believe there to be a sentient being that is this planet, right? So as that is the case, well, actually it was the case, it is not any longer. But take that example, that large planetary bodies, large celestial bodies, are most often, at least at one time, were sentient beings. And because that is the case with celestial bodies, that is also the case with universes. Just as with people, not all universes are sane. Not all universes are benevolent. Not all universes are balanced. Not all universes have your back and have your best interests in mind. They are just like any other being. Sometimes they're sane, sometimes they're not. So it's really time to start looking at things in reason, in logic, using your deductive reasoning skills, your extrapolation skills, your intuition, all of your wisdom. And sometimes in order to do that, you have to call back and take back things that have been raped from you, from parasitic entities. It is what is needed now for humans and all other truly benevolent beings to be taking back what has been raped from them, from this universe itself, as well as all of its proxy whores, all of its parasitic proxies. The reptilians, all the lackies in human vessels that do their bidding. And you know the group I'm talking about, the one that spends their time doing SRA and eating babies. That's the group I'm talking about, okay? That group, and then there's other groups alongside those that do the reptilians' bidding. So be doing your best to consistently, as much as you can, start taking back what they've raped from you. You will find that they have raped quite a bit from you. And when you start getting your stuff back, your life force, your vibrancy, your overall energy in other pieces and parts of you that they've raped, when you start getting those things back, you start to really realize and see and feel how much they've been raping from you. And you will be, and the more of your own being that you get back, just bear in mind, the higher your rage becomes. But don't fear your rage and don't think your rage is bad. It is justified rage. It is justified anger from being raped and tortured for many civilizations and many lifetimes here. It is justified. So don't fear it. Use it. You need to be using that rage. And the more you use that rage to take back your stuff and what they've raped from you, you are going to feel 1,000 times better. And you are going to heal anything that you need to heal more quickly than you ever thought possible. We need to all be doing this now. As many as possible, as many that can understand what I am speaking, what I am saying. You need to be doing this now all the time as much as you possibly can. Because they are trying to take humanity down. And they are trying once again to rape humanity of their due evolution. So you need to be on your fucking game. And you need to bring it. And you need to be operating from your full capacity. From your galactic self, your higher self, your universal self, whatever self that you can, your highest self that you can operate out of in your full capacity, that's what you need to be doing right now. As much as you can and as strong as you can. Do not fear them. They are parasites. They are absolute fucking parasites that need to be fucking ended. So do the best that you can. Do not fear them. Return. If you start feeling fear, it's their fear. It's what they're doing is they're forcing their fear of going extinct, their fear of being found out. They're trying to force that onto you. It needs to be returned. So know that that is not your fear. And be releasing that fear with the totality of your being back to the originating source, devoid of the totality of your being. They are parasites. Do not fear them. They didn't even make it to like entity. I don't consider parasites even entities. They're fucking less than entities. This universe is fucked. And it has been fucked for a long time. We need to start taking steps to free ourselves from this planet, this prison planet, this parasitic farm that we've all been forced to be on, as well as this parasitic fucking universe. I need to find a universe that matches my true, authentic, organic, life, healed, benevolent being. Frequencies, vibrations, light, sounds, energies, and resonances. I need to be leaving. I need to be finding the exits. I need to be going to a different universe that's sane, that's balanced, that operates out of love, that operates out of sanity, that operates on logic and reason. I'm not here to feed a parasitic universe. Fuck that noise, okay? This parasitic universe can go fuck itself. I'm all done. I'm all done being forced to being parasite food. Right? Like, there comes a point where you just gotta fucking, you've had enough. And it's time to go. You just gotta realize when it's time to go. We need to get the fuck out of here. We need to get off this planet. It's a parasitic farm where the reptilians are, using humanity as a food source. And it's just time to go. It sure the fuck is. So, and it's time to try and help free any true benevolent beings that are left and get them out of here. We all need to be holding the intention of whatever universe that you think is a match to you. You need to really start working on holding the intention of getting to a universe that truly matches your true, authentic, organic, alive, healed, benevolent being, frequencies, vibrations, light, sounds, energies, and resonances, devoid of all forced, induced trauma, pain, fear, regressions, magic, sabotage, devoid of all malevolence, devoid of all parasites, devoid of all demons, devoid of all, just devoid of all malevolence. So I think as many truly benevolent beings as are left, we need to be, like as a group even, we could do it, but at least individually, be holding the intent of moving towards or to a universe that best matches our true, authentic, organic, alive, healed, benevolent being. Frequencies, vibrations, light, sounds, energies, and resonances. So I would say that that's probably, if you're wise, that's a goal that you should be holding. This universe is just fucked. It is. I mean, you can think all day that it's not. I mean, in good luck to you, right? If you don't think the universe is fucked and you think it's still got your highest, best interests in mind and has got your back, good for you, right? Like, good luck on your journey. Good luck on your journey. I wish you the best. I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to find the exits. I've already been forced to see, to know, to experience the nasty that is this universe. And I'm fucking all done. So I just wanted to kind of go over those things today. Because I'm fucking done with being forcibly regressed. This shouldn't be occurring. Forced regression shouldn't be occurring. It shouldn't. And for all of my, let's just say the things that I am able to do, these things should not still be being forced on me based on what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've experienced, the lessons that I have already overcome, the frequency weaponry that I've already overcome, their tactics I have overcome energetically and frequency wise. They should not even be fucking connected to me. I've extracted myself from the AI system and from their technology so many times now, and they continue to force it. It's not a matter of what am I doing to continually, because that's what some spiritual people in some spiritual circles say, is that, oh, for whatever reason you're attracting it, blah blah. And you know what? No, there's a parasitic species here that continues to force that shit and forcibly regress beings when they've already learned the lesson. It's not we're attracting it. It's these bitches have turned this planet into a fucking farm. And they're using, it's not being done organically. All the nasty is being forced via technology. So it's not a matter of like something that you need, that you must still be vibrating that frequency. Bitch, they're using technology to forcibly induce it. I've already learned that fucking lesson. I learned that lesson a long time ago. They continue to use technology to fucking forcibly induce it. This has nothing to do with you're still resonating or you're still attracting it. It doesn't have anything to fucking do with that. What that is those beings haven't been shown the full truth, is what that is. They haven't been shown the full truth yet. And they're still regurgitating old spiritual knowledge. And actually, that's not even true spiritual knowledge. Well, it is to a degree. I take that back. It is to a degree, but it's not true at the current juncture. They're regurgitating old stuff that's no longer valid or no longer applicable for this time and place. So, once you've been forcibly shown these things and been forced to deal head on with these parasitic entities, that species, you're forced to see some of the most abhorrent truths of this universe. And once you've seen those truths, they expect you to basically die, and then if you don't, they continue torturing and raping you. It's trauma-based mind control on the masses, and has been for many millennia in many civilizations. That's what they rely on. That's what they use to keep humans as food. So if there are those that don't die, usually what happens is their DNA activates. And they come into a whole bunch more knowledge and wisdom. They sure do. And then they start being able to do things, which really fucking freaks them out. Yeah. So I would say do your best to be calling back the totality of your being from all forced, induced trauma, pain, harm, fear, regressions, magic, malevolence, and anything else you think they're forcing on you. And get all your stuff back. Get your being back. Start getting your being back. So anyways, I'll go ahead. We're already over 30 minutes, and I don't like to make these too long. People tend to, just tune out. I'm lucky if I can keep somebody's attention for 5 minutes. So I think I'll go ahead and close out the recording and maybe give some thought to what's been stated and think about how you can begin to move forward from here, getting all the totality of your being back to you, and start feeling better and start being able to do things you didn't even realize that you could do. It's awesome. Okay, so I'll close it out here. Do the best that you can. Always have trust and faith in yourself. And do as your conscience dictates, and trust yourself and love yourself. Be patient with yourself, and you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Just start calling back the totality of your being, though. You need all of you with you. All of you, every piece, part, and fragment of you should be with you. Should always be with you. It shouldn't be a piece, part, or fragment. So do the best that you can to be taking back all of your stuff that those whores have forcibly raped from you. Yeah. All right. Until next time, take care.